Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Tarot Grand Lux by Cyril Marchetti. There's a website for Cyril, usgamesinc.com. Feel free to freeze frame if you want that information. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. There's a website for Lucy, heyhouse.com at the bottom here. Feel free to freeze frame if you want to check out any of that information, of course. Okay, what do we have for Gemini? I keep getting like I stutter before I can get there. We need to get on point, but then it's like every time I try to, I'm pushed over here and there and like. And I know I need to get on point. I'm not denying that. Is it frustrating energy? Is something leaving you behind, or are you kind of like I need to get organized? I keep feeling that. I feel like for those of you this is going to hit with, like I'm trying to get organized, but something. It's like every time I try to, it's just pew, and then pew, and pew, 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 pew. Is this going to work out? The first thing I'm getting is, like, beyond that, actually, I should say, the next thing I'm getting is that you are very stable. And whatever happens next, you will sort it out because you have a very solid foundation with your brain. So whatever happens next, you will work it out the way you need to. Something is not working out right, though. Something isn't right here. And I keep feeling your energy is trying to focus, but just can't seem to do it. That might not be a bad thing. Because I keep getting, again, Earth. I'm trying to be more Earth-like. I'm trying to be more organized. I'm trying to be more stable. I'm trying to make this work out correctly. I'm trying to do it the way everybody wants me to do it. This doesn't seem to be working. And the courage here is saying, maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe we need to step back and start thinking, like, why all of a sudden am I having such a hard time with this? Something is definitely off. And courage is going to be a part of this situation. Something isn't right here. You're having a hard time putting this together, organizing it, staying on point. The energy of what if there's a situation around you that's coming up to a block. You got the Two of Swords and you got the Hanged Man coming up soon. I almost feel like they're saying, give yourself a little bit of a break, which may sound counterintuitive for what you're dealing with, kind of like, I can't do that right now. I have things I got to get done. I feel like you literally, do you need a break? Didn't we just do that for somebody last week? Didn't we just say that to like Aries or something? There's a disappointment on its way. There's definitely a disappointment on its way. You're going to be okay in the long run. You will sort it out. Whatever it is has to kind of come apart before you can put it back together. I don't think you have the control over it, though. And I almost feel like that's kind of why we're pulling back the energy. Maybe that's why you're distracted. Maybe why the energy's going everywhere, and you're like, I just can't seem to get this to work out. Maybe there's more factors working against you than for you. Something like that. Because I feel like something's gonna, is it gonna fail, or what is it gonna do? There's a block. There's definitely a block. And I'm getting, somebody else wants something different. They've got the glamour with the romance. It doesn't have to be literal romance, but this is like when somebody's like very obsessed with something, like I want that. It could be like a romance towards a car, like they're obsessed. I feel like the two of these together especially, somebody's obsessed with something and they want what they want. And this person's going to walk away, or I don't know if they're going to walk away. I don't know. They might just take what they want. I don't know. Something's not right here. Your energy's all over the place. It's almost like part of you knows something isn't right. And maybe it's like one of those things where you have information overload. There's so much going on around you. It's like having a fireworks display over here, a circus going on over there, a concert going on back there, somebody asking you if you want food over here, somebody making plans for the next week over here, somebody saying, I'm going back to the hotel over here. Like, all of this is happening. And it's kind of like you're absorbing the information, but it's keeping you from moving anywhere with it. It literally is. I know Gemini can handle a lot. I know you guys can balance. I know that. But it's not allowing you to, like, strategize what you need to do. There's too much. And it's kind of like, if all this is happening, and then the question is, well, where do you want to go, Gemini? You're like, kind of like, I don't know. It's like equal opportunities. It's like equal interest. Like, it's like one of those things. Like, there's equal interest. Like, I don't know. I want to do a bit of everything, but I don't know if I can. And I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And somebody is getting what they want. Somebody else. It's almost like somebody's is a part of this situation, right? Like, it's a group of people. There's all these things going on. And then somebody else decides they're just going to take the SUV and go home. Meanwhile, you all drove together in the same SUV. And then somebody else is like, oh, I'm just going to go. I'm done. I don't feel that well. I'm just going to go home. And I guess the rest of them will just have to figure out what they're going to do. And they just ditch. Because they want to go do what they want to do. Maybe they got a hot date. I don't know. When that happens, like, I'm using this whole analogy, right? All these opportunities, some people are doing this, some people are doing that. This is going on, that's going on. The next morning comes around. Where's the SUV? Where's the vehicle? Where's so-and-so? Somebody texts so-and-so. Oh, yeah, I'm almost home. I left last night. I decided this wasn't for me. There's things I wanted to do. So, like, it's like 20 hours away. Like, they're almost home. And you're like, what do you mean you're almost home? Like, what? Like, this, because it's something like that coming in. Kind of like, whatever the outcome is, it's like that, like, you did what? You just left us here? Like, how do you expect us to get home? Like, what are you thinking? Why did you do that? Like, why would you do that? So somebody left like that. Somebody just ditched. They're just like, it's that type of situation. Because you get the 10 of swords and the 3 of swords. It's like, that's not okay. So then, it's like, once you accept, like, all right, well, that's happened, then you got to start figuring out how to put it back together, which the way you're going to put it back together is to watch other people's response to it and then try to build a solution based on how other people are responding. Were we supposed to go home today anyway? Were we supposed to go home at the end of the week? Can we find another way to get home? Can we, like, get a bus? If we take a bus, does that mean we have to leave a couple days early because it won't go straight there? We're going to have to go this city and that city, so it's going to take us like 3 times as long to get home. But that's what we have to do to make sure this works out. What do we have to figure out? Because I feel like you're a part of the solution. You're probably not the only person that's going to be upset with this situation. I definitely feel like you're orchestrating the solution, though, in the sense of, like, well, this is an option. We can take the bus home. Or this is an option. It would just cost this much. Or this is an option. We can do that. Or we could call this person. This might happen this way. Or we could do this. Or we could rent a car, maybe. Blah, 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 blah. You're going to keep, like, trying to see what's working for people. How upset are people? Are we going to have to wait for a minute? What solutions can I see that might be applicable? If we take this solution, do we have to do this? You're definitely a part of the solution energy. Definitely. You will help move this forward. Whatever went wrong, if we're going to use that same analogy, that's its own, almost its own category, I would say. It's like its own thing. The solution is like something that needs to happen. You're going to help bring forward the solution. You get the 10 of Cups with the Ace of Swords. You are definitely an integral part. Somebody else might be literally making it happen, but you're the one who's going to be like, this is an option. This is an option. Oh, what's going on with that? Okay, they can't that, but what about you? Do you have, okay, I just was talking to this person. Now this is an option. And if we take this option, this would need to happen because we need the time to do that. You're very, very important on the solution part. Somebody else literally might be pushing it, actually doing the legwork to make it happen, but you're the one bringing forth the possibilities. whatever that 3 and 10 of Swords was, that's a learning curve. I don't know what to say about that. Because when I see the analogy playing out, I don't see you like tracking down that person to yell at them. Other people might be very upset with them and do what they need to do. I feel like you're kind of like looking at this like, okay, we trusted that person. They flat out screwed us over. Clearly can't trust that person. And I'll just keep that in my brain and just, if that person is still showing up or hanging out with us, I'll make sure that I have backup plans, whatever. Like, I'm not going to depend on them for anything. I'm not going to depend on them for anything. I feel like that's your energy. Like, if that's how it is, I'm just not going to depend on them for anything. I don't think you're going to be the only one upset with whatever happens, by the way. But you're a big part of the solution. Big part. Big. Again, even if you're not the one actually doing the choosing and the legwork making it happen, you are bringing forth the information for the best solution we could actually make happen here. This falls flat. I don't know what to say about this. The 3 of Swords and 10 of Swords is like, whatever goes wrong here, I'm like, it feels like it really sucks. Like, I'm really unhappy about it. But it's kind of like, it's just sitting here crying on the floor about it isn't going to work. So, solution time. And I feel like maybe that's a part of this for those of you who come across this. Go right to your solution energy. Go right to, like, what do I need to do to fix this? Don't waste your time thinking about why that person did what they did. That might be like a little conundrum. A little. They might waste some precious energy if you're trying to figure out why they did what they did. Go towards the solution. Center on the solution. Especially because information is not reliable at this point about what went wrong. So go towards the solution. Let's solve it. Later on, there may be a point where information starts coming at you like, well, this happened and this is why, and that person wanted to do this and this is why they didn't tell anybody and this is why they made their... That information may show up later, but if you try to figure it out before you solve the issue, got to get home, it just seems to stagnate and cause more damage than anything else. Once it's happened, kind of like, all right, it's happened. Now, how do we solve it? Are we good? All right. I'm going to let that end there. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.